to that standing. We're starting in that standing. So again, we're looking for that rag doll, letting the energy come out of your fingers. Let your chin follow your shoulders. Let your belly button move towards your spine with your exhale, and let your ribs fill with your inhale. Slowly let that rocking from side to side slow, and bring yourself back to the middle. And we'll take a moment here, let the crown of your head reach. Notice the space between your shoulders and your ears, and let the crown of your head reach towards the ceiling, feeling lots of length. And then settle your feet into the floor. Let your knees gently bend. Let yourself feel like you're gently bouncing. And again, letting the fullness of your body settle into the floor beneath you. Good. And then inhale those hands up, reach them up towards the ceiling, and then exhale them nice and wide. Reach your fingertips as far away from you as you can. Spread your fingers out. Reach, sense the flesh in the center of your palm expanding, and then turn your palms open towards the ceiling. Again, open your palms, spread that flesh on your palms, stretch and feel the bicep stretch, feel your forearm stretch, letting all that tissue expand, lengthen. Good, and then bend those elbows and bring your fingertips to your shoulders. Good, and then again, reach those fingers out, keeping those knees nice and bendy, sensing your hips loosely falling towards the floor. And again, reach those fingertips as far away from you as you can, and then bring those fingertips to your shoulders. Good, see if you can extend those elbows as far away from you as you can as your fingertips reach towards your shoulders. Elbows reach, the underside of your arms is lengthening. And then one more time. Inhale as you reach your arms out. Good. Exhale as you bring your palms together at your chest. Good. So we're going to focus some more on our breathing. We're going to inhale and let our elbows go nice and wide. So your elbows are going wide with the expansion of your ribs. And then when you exhale, squeeze your elbows down and sense yourself squeezing all the air out of your body. Inhale, elbows lift. Good. Exhale, squeeze, tense out your body and feel yourself activating all those muscles, helping yourself to exhale. Pull your belly button towards your spine. Inhale, lift up. Sense your ribs expand as your balloon lungs fill. Last time, exhale, squeeze. Bring those elbows down. Pull your belly button towards your spine. Help your arms squeeze your ribs. Good. Inhale. Good. Take your arms all the way up. Feel nice and light as you reach your fingertips towards the ceiling. I'm going to turn to my side so you can see me a little bit better. Exhale, hands down. Good. All right. And again, so we're trying to work our inhale and exhale patterns and be very mindful of them. As you inhale, your arms are lifting. And as you exhale, your belly button comes in, fingertips slide towards your toes. Good. Inhale, the balloons are helping to lift you. Arms come up, reaching for the sky. Exhale, belly button draws down towards, up towards the ceiling, and your fingertips draw down towards the floor beneath you. Inhale, your ribs are floating up with your balloons in your lungs. Good, fingertips reach all the way towards the ceiling. And then exhale, as your hands come down, your belly goes up towards the ceiling as it pulls towards your spine. And then let's gently hang like rag dolls. If this is hard for you because you have tight hamstrings, here's where you can use blocks or maybe use pillows, whatever to bring the floor a little bit closer to you. And just let your shoulders relax, let your head relax, and sense yourself opening up the back sides of your legs as your heels reach their way through the floor beneath you. Inhaling fully and exhaling all the way out. Inhaling fully. Exhale all the way out. Good. One more time. Inhale fully. And sense your ribs expanding, floating up, bringing ourselves to that monkey pose. And then again, exhale, belly button draws down, up towards your spine behind you, and your shoulders draw down towards the floor. Good. All right, and again, we're going to use our blocks if the floor is too far away. You might even change the setting so that they're up nice and high. We're going to gently let our right knee bend and straighten our left leg. So you'll feel a little bit of a stretch through your left hip, maybe even in through your low back here on the left side. Good, and then gently bend that left knee and straighten your right knee. Good, now let's try to move this with our breath cycle. So with our left leg straight, we exhale. Inhale, both knees straight. Good, exhale, bend the left knee, straighten your right leg. Good, inhale, both legs straight. Exhale, bend your right knees, keep your left leg straight. Inhale, both knees straight. Now move at your own pace, moving with your own breath, just trying to sense where you need a little more stretching. Maybe it's your left side needs a little more attention. Maybe it's your right side that needs a little more attention. Gently paying attention to the strength in your palms as they're helping you to stay stable and solidly pushing your hands through the floor. And just pedaling those knees, bringing some warmth to your hips. Good. All right, and let's slowly make our way down to the floor, onto our knees. Knees and palms pushing through the floor beneath you. Good. And again, we're going to extend our right leg. Our right leg is reaching away from us, so we're going to stretch out the back side of our legs. You're going to sense your calf stretch, your hamstring stretch as you pull your kneecap up onto your thigh. And maybe as you notice you're reaching that heel away, you can sense yourself turning on that strength in your core. And then let's gently draw that right knee towards your nose. You can bring it all the way to your nose, or you can just bring that right underneath your hip. You decide what you want to do here. It's to exhale. Good, and then extend as you inhale, reach that heel away. And here's your exhale, drawing that knee towards your nose or just underneath your hip. Inhale, reach that heel away. Exhale, pull that knee towards your nose. Inhale, reach your leg away. Exhale, bring that knee towards your nose, and then settle that knee back underneath your hips. Good, we'll do the same thing to the left side. So go ahead and reach that heel as far away from you as you can, opening up your calves, opening up your hamstring, drawing your belly button towards your spine. As you exhale, pull that knee towards your nose. And then inhale, reach that heel as far away from you as you can. Inhale, reach your knee towards your nose. Exhale, push that heel as far away from you as you can. Really extending and opening up the back side of your leg. Inhale, draw that knee towards your nose. Exhale, send that knee away. Good. All right, let's make our way to where we all are looking forward to going and bringing the wholeness of our bodies to the floor. And we're just going to pile our palms on one another and let your forehead rest on your knuckles or on the backs of your hands. And I want us to just gently rock our hips from side to side. And imagine that you can get to the point where you can sense the front of your chest, your shoulders, your belly, your hips, your thighs, your shins. Imagine you can get to the point where all of that is resting on the floor. And if you feel like you need a little bit more space in your low back, start to extend one foot at a time as far away from you as you can. And maybe as you do that, you can sense more of your torso, more of your hips, more of your legs getting closer to the floor. Good, and let's take a moment here. Inhale deeply, and then exhale completely. And again, imagining the full length of your body settling into the floor. Good. So just in the same way that we were extending our heels as far away from us as we could, we are now going to extend our toes as far away from us as we can. As you reach from the top of your shoulder to the ridge of your hips, and then from the ridge of your hips to the tips of your toes, extend those toes away from you. Sense a little bit of a lift as your heel is lifting towards the ceiling, but you're increasing that great big line from the tip of your shoulder to the tip of your toes. And then with care, lower that foot back down to the floor. Good, let's do the same thing with the left side. Extend that left foot as far away from you as you can. Draw your belly button towards the floor. Help your left hip settle into the floor as your heel lifts up and your toe points as far away from you as you can. Again, just opening up that whole left side channel. Good, and then with care, lower that foot back down to the floor. Good, continue just like that. Do your right side, lengthening. If you feel any work in your low back, just let the wholeness of your torso, the wholeness of your chest, the wholeness of your hips settle into the floor as you reach your toes away. Try not to let the lifting happen from the back side, but instead from the length of the front side of your body. And as you're ready, lower those toes back down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Take your time. Inhale, great big length. And then exhale, deep, heavy exhale, lowering the wholeness of your body to the floor. So let's start slowing down. Let all this help you feel more deeply, settling into the floor, helping the flesh of your body connect more deeply with the floor with each exhale. Inhaling and lengthening and lifting. Exhaling and lowering. Good. And now, with that same sentiment of keeping as much of your torso, as much as your ribs, as much of your hips, as much as your thighs on the floor, let's gently draw our heel toward our glute on the right side. Good, and then lower that foot back down. Good. Inhaling, lengthening the front of your thigh, drawing your knee towards your chest. Again, letting your hips sink down towards the floor. And then exhale, letting the wholeness of your torso settle into the floor beneath you. Inhale, bend and lengthen the front side of your leg. Exhale, lowering down. Good. One more on each side. Good. And then we're going to make our way towards our back. So gently flip yourselves over. Let your feet rest flat to the floor. And in the same way that when we were on our bellies, we were letting the wholeness of our bodies settle into the floor, we're doing the same thing now on our backside. So check in with your hips. Feel the weight of gravity. Settle your hips into the floor. Feel the weight of gravity. Settle the backside of your belly towards the floor. Feel the weight of gravity help your shoulders, your scapula, and the back of your head settle into the floor. Good. Take a few moments here to inhale deeply, sense your ribs expand. And then exhale, let your belly button sink down towards the floor. Inhale, ribs expand. Exhale, belly button settles down to the floor. Good. Keep that pattern up, inhaling. Exhaling, sensing your body settling and deepening its impression into the mat. And then let's take those feet as wide as our mat. Reach your arms out into a T. And again, let's make those palms out into great big stars, stretching the flesh in the center of your palms. And then rest the fullness of your hands, your arms into the floor as we gently tip our knees from side to side in a tick-tock motion, sensing that movement through your hips, sensing the softness in your belly, sensing the weight of your shoulders in the floor, and then start to deepen the twist by, as your knees go to the left, let your gaze look over the right shoulder. Inhale back to the middle, and then exhale to the other side. Inhale up, exhale, fall. Good, and again, looking for that movement through the fullness of your spine, being gentle, being aware of your breath. Good, and then let's bring our knees pointing straight towards the ceiling again. And then we're gonna get a little bit tricky, though it's actually pretty simple. We're gonna take this right foot and tuck it under the back side of our left ankle. You're gonna take your left hand and grab or reach for your right foot. Good, then you're gonna take your right hand and reach it as far away from you as you can. And then you're gonna take this right hand and tuck it underneath the back of your head. So when you're on your back, your left knee is pointing towards the ceiling and your right knee is falling towards the floor. And the tip of your right knee is reaching as far away from the tip of your elbow as you can possibly make it reach. Really reach that elbow far, far away. Extending, lengthening, and then look for that opportunity to soften your belly. Relax your hip into the floor. Sense all that space between the tip of your elbow and the top of your left hip, and then from the top of your left hip to the tip of your knee. Good. Really opening up your side body, helping yourself with this deep twist. Good, and then untuck that right foot, and we'll do the same thing now with the left side. So the left foot is gonna tuck under your right ankle. Your right hand is grabbing your left foot. Your left hand is reaching as far away from you as you can. So this is a great big quad stretch. So your left hand is going underneath your head. The tip of your left knee is reaching as far away from the tip of your elbow as you can possibly create. So much space, helping yourself get deeply into the spaces in between your ribs, helping you to create as much distance between the tip of your knee and the top of your hip to really lengthen and open up your psoas, open up and lengthen your quads. And just stay here and breathe. Inhaling and exhaling, settling the fullness of your back body into the floor, settling the fullness of your thigh down toward the floor. And just appreciate this great big stretch through the front side of your body. Good, and then slowly release, placing the soles of your feet flat to the floor. Good. And then we're gonna help ourselves move into that stillness, move into that Shavasana by helping ourselves articulate our spine just a little bit more. So place the palms of your hands flat to the floor, push the soles of your feet into the floor, and then lift your hips up into a bridge. So in the same way we were creating that distance between the tips of our knees and the tops of our shoulders, we're creating that same length here now. And then imagine that I'm walking into your space, gently placing my hand on your chest and helping you to slowly lower down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Once we've gotten the back side of your chest down, now we're going to slowly push the backside of your ribs down. And then we're gonna slowly push the depth of your low back down, and then slowly roll your tailbone into the floor. Good. And with this, settling your hips into the floor, you can sense the fullness of your torso relax into the floor beneath you. Take a big, deep inhale here. And then a long, slow exhale. Good. Again, push the soles of your feet in the floor. Turn your tailbone up. Again, reaching as much distance as you can between the tips of your shoulders and the tips of your knees. And then again, pushing the backside of your chest into the floor, the backside of your ribs into the floor, your low back into the floor, and then slowly let that tailbone settle into the floor. Good. We're going to make our way now into that corpse pose or Shavasana. So I'm going to have you take advantage of your pillows. This is a really big pillow. You might need, if you have smaller pillows, you might need two. If you have bigger pillows like me, you can just use one. And again, as I started off explaining today, what we're looking for is the opportunity for your whole body to feel like it's supported by the floor beneath you. So let your hips drop. Let the backs of your legs drop into the floor. And then hopefully you can use a blanket to slide underneath your head and tuck the edge of your blanket so that you can feel the arch of your neck connected and supported by the floor or the blanket. Good. So we have our head is supported and connected to the blanket. Our neck is supported and connected to the blankets. Check in with your shoulders. Let the weight of your shoulders feel settled and connected with the mat beneath you. And now just do a quick scan. Make sure that you feel that you have everything that you need. And perhaps you're hoping to stay a little bit longer today. Perhaps you're hoping to stay and rest beyond our practice together. If you need one more prop, that might be a blanket. So I have this big, heavy, warm blanket laid across the top of my body. And again, imagining that this blanket is helping me to find a way to feel weighted and comforted by the full weight of my body, connecting with the supports underneath me. So the back of your head, the back of your shoulders, the back of your neck, the backs of your arms as your palms open towards the ceiling, your hips, the backs of your legs, and your heels all settle into the floor beneath you. Good. So just like we started today, we're going to take a moment or two to gently draw our fingertips into our palms and sense the strength in your arms and squeeze your arms as strong as you can, just like a superhero. Imagining that you squeeze as much as you can, find all those muscles in your arms, all those muscles in your hands, and then release. Let the wholeness of your arms, your fingers settle into the floor. Good. Do the same thing with your legs. Activate those legs. Feel all that strength in those legs. You can squeeze through your feet too, but sometimes that causes them to cramp. So squeeze lightly. And then relax. And again, let the wholeness of your body settle into the floor. Good. We'll do one more series of tightening. And now it's from the soles of your feet to the crown of your head. Tighten all of your muscles. Good. Hold. Breathe. Inhale deeply and exhale. Let your whole body settle into the floor beneath you. Good. And then let's slowly begin to scan. So from the crown of your head, you can sense your face relax, your jaw relax, Inhaling, exhaling completely. And then scanning from the back of your head down to the back of your shoulders. Inhaling, exhaling completely. And then scanning from the tips of your shoulders to the tips of your fingers. Inhaling, and then exhaling completely. And then let the attention of your mind go from your belly button all the way down each leg to the tips of your toes. Scan and notice if there's any place that you're holding, any place that your body thinks that it's helping you stay in a certain position, and just unravel, untie those tight muscles and let them say, we're resting now, and release them deeply into the mat or the floor beneath you. And then simply bring your attention to your breath. With your next inhale, fill first your belly, and then fill your ribs, and then exhale completely. So in through your nose, fill your belly, fill your ribs, and then exhale through your mouth. Stay connected to your breath as long as you are able. And then just let go. Let the fullness of your body help you rest into the floor. You're welcome to stay here, or if you have more things that you want to take care of this evening, you can end here. So slowly tip over safely, make your way back towards a seated position, or continue to rest. Bring your hands to your heart center, your chin to your chest. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.